Hey folks, it's Sean Samson with Sean Samson Training and author of the book, The 5 Reasons Why People Don't Buy. And I wanted to reach out to you here today before the weekend hit because I wanted to give you some options and some things to think about as we rolled into to this weekend again. And I've been jotting down a couple of notes and some things here over the last couple of days that I think are going to help you, and some feedback that I'm getting from the field and from my customers and my clients as well. Again, that I think is going to help you. And I just want to start off by saying that right now, decision makers have never been more accessible than they are right now. And that is absolutely true. Even though their world is a little chaotic right now because of COVID-19 and trying to figure out how they're going to continue to do business and what that looks like, decision makers right now are absolutely accessible. They are either sitting at their home office or they are sitting at their regular office and have isolated themselves. And right now is the best time to put together a plan, start reaching out to these folks that aren't walking the floors of their plants, aren't doing the things that they normally do. They're just they've isolated themselves, and again, now is the best time to reach them. And for me, I think right now, and I think for everybody, this is really about thinking out of the box. And I'm excited about some of the things I'm going to share with you here, but this is about thinking out of the box. And sometimes it's very difficult to think out of the box, especially because of all this craziness that's going on right now. And it's also very difficult to think out of the box within the organization that you're in, because sometimes it's very difficult to get ideas or to grow within the same pool of information. Does that make sense? So I want to use this time with you this morning to review with you some of the ideas that I have, and I think some of the things that could help you moving forward. And keep some consistency in sales, consistency in activity, and getting people, again, to move in your direction, even during, again, this crazy window that we're in. Technology for us right now, we have to make it work for us. So since we can't schedule appointments for on-site and do a face-to-face with people on-site, scheduling webinars and scheduling a face-to-face FaceTime with somebody is a next best thing. And people are doing that, and they are willing to do that because businesses don't have the option to fail. Businesses don't have the option to shut down. Businesses don't have those. They have to keep running, especially with the vertical markets out there that are supplying the things that are happening right now with the Amazons and food distribution and hospitals and things like that. So they will take meetings with you, especially if they understand that the meeting and the information in that meeting is going to help them protect the continuity of their business, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to do two things. I want you to make a list of your top 20, 30, 50, 100 clients. And then I want you to make a list of your bottom customers as well, and however many that might be. And the reason why I want you to do that is because I want you to create an email or an attachment that you can get out to people that shows people that you guys have put procedures in place for COVID-19, that you continue to support everything that's going on, and that you guys are open for business, and you guys have planned, that you guys have a plan in place for keeping their businesses up and running. So I want you to create I want you to create two different buckets: your client bucket, that email list, and then your customer bucket and that email list as well. And if you want to send this out to everybody in a big mail merge, then do that. But I'm just talking about targeting those particular people, maybe that you haven't had a chance to get in front of, because now is the time to do that. They are accessible. And there's two reasons why I want to put them in two different buckets as well. Is first reason, from a client perspective, I want my clients to know that we're here. that we do have procedures in place, and we do have a particular plan in place for dealing with the situation that we're in right now. That's the reason why they do business with us, because they look at us as the preferred source. That's the reason why they don't shop price. That's the reason why you get that phone call at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Those clients look at us as a preferred source. So by kicking this out and showing them this is a big deal. It's that touch that they need during this crazy window that we're in. And the flip side of that is doing that with customers. Customers don't look at you as a preferred source. And that's the reason why they do shop price, and they do shop scope of work, and they don't look at you as a preferred source, right? We all know what the difference is between a customer and a client, right? Customers is somebody who works with you once in a while, and a client is somebody that gives you all the work and that doesn't shop price, and prices are relevant, right? Big difference between customer and client. So that's the other reason why I want you to create those two separate buckets. And email this attachment, because what that attachment will do, that'll give you the reason to follow up on with these people as well, and create that meeting and schedule that meeting, or that face-to-face meeting. And as you schedule this face-to-face meeting, remember the objective is always to move the sales process along, right? Well, this might be a bit of a different animal, because we're not sure when this thing is going to particularly end. But if you can nail them down to another meeting, a second meeting, maybe in the middle of May or end of May or early June, that would be ideal. If they give you pushback on that, that's okay, because what we're doing right now is exactly what we want to be doing. We want to be able to stay in the face of these folks, and also just continue that touch with them. Does that make sense? Business shouldn't stop. Let me just say that. Business shouldn't stop. Activity shouldn't stop. Construction can't stop. We have to continue to push through, because if we do these things now, it's going to pay dividends for us in the next 30 days or next 60 days, I promise. Okay? And remember something too, that loss is far more compelling than gain. And I say that because a lot of times in this industry that we're in, a lot of the salespeople love to talk about features and not about benefits. And it's really about the customer understanding that if I don't move in the direction of this particular contractor, how does that affect my business? Does that make sense? So it isn't about what contractors will gain with doing business with you. It's a matter of what will they lose if they choose not to move in your direction. Okay? So think about that. And the last thing I want to leave you with is a quote from my good friend Jim Cathcart. And Jim actually had said this to me years ago when I was building my business and trying to get to a particular level. And it really helped me understand, it really kind of put things into perspective for me, and I want to share this with you. Jim said to me years ago, he said, Sean, he said, ask yourself, how would the person I'd like to be do the things I'm about to do? How would the person I'd like to be do the things I'm about to do? So if you want to be the best salesman and create the highest activity, how would the best salesman do that? If you want to be the best sales manager, how does the best sales manager do that? What are the things that he has to implement? If you want to be the best project manager, what would the best project manager do in this type of situation? Does that make sense? How would the person I'd like to be do the things I'm about to do? Ask yourself that in a day in and day out basis, and it's always served me very well, and I'm glad that Jim was able to share that with me years ago. So be safe out there, folks. You can visit us at SeanSamsonTraining.com, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. You can find us just about everywhere. Good selling out there. Again, be safe, and we will talk to you very soon. Thanks for your time.